And we're live. Hello, everybody. My name is Stefan. I'm one of the co-founders and the head of growth here at WunderGraph, and I'm super excited to announce that WunderGraph Cloud is officially leaving alpha, and we are heading into beta next week. So, what does this mean? If you haven't signed up already for our waitlist, it means you have one more week to get access to WunderGraph Cloud Pro for free for 3 months. So make sure that you guys sign up. The easiest way is to head over to our landing page and click on the button that says "Join the WunderGraph waitlist." Today, what I wanted to do was kind of just show everybody a little bit of what WunderGraph Cloud is about, what the alpha testers have been doing, and just kind of what the hype is around WunderGraph Cloud. So join me today in a really cool demo on how to get started with WunderGraph Cloud. Let's get started.
So you will see two displays. I have my VS Code over here, and I have the WunderGraph landing page here. To get access to WunderGraph Cloud, all you have to do is join the waitlist by going here, entering in your information, and doing this will give you an email on how to get started on launch day, as well as 3 months free of Pro. That was a tongue twister. So once we go live, what you're gonna do is you're gonna head over to cloud.wundergraph.com, and you should see here, sign in with your GitHub Cloud. Sign in. I'm already signed in, so it's just going to be a quick redirect. And boom, here's our dashboard. You'll notice we're on a hobby plan. That's because Pro isn't available yet. Make sure you get on that wait list to get those 3 months free. So the easiest way to get started is kind of just to head over to wundergraph.com. And I'm wrong. The easiest way to get started will be to use our templates. We will have a complete SaaS template, but currently we have Next.js, React Query, Node.js and a TypeScript client, Golang client, GraphQL fragments, and cross API joins. If you click here, you'll see this is my repository or my GitHub account, and these are the repos that I've already given access to. For now, though, I'm going to head over to the WunderGraph GitHub, and I'm going to go to Cloud Starter. So I'm going to fork this repository, and I'm going to show you guys how WunderGraph Cloud works. So let's fork that. You should notice that Cloud Start, yeah, wow, that was quick. So it already added it in over. The reason it added it in over is because here in my permissions, I head over to here, I have read access to all my repositories. You can also do select repositories. I just did all because I want to give access to all my projects. So let's click cancel from that, close that. And let's import the Cloud Starter guide. So we'll call this one example. And we do have multi-region deployment. So pick the region closest to you. I'm located in Miami, so I'm going to do New York. And deploy. Deployments take about 1 minute to 1 minute and 30 seconds, so relatively quick. In the meantime, though, I am going to show you how WunderGraph Cloud works, some of the different tabs you have, and as well as like how to report feedback and things like that. So here is our main dashboard. This is where you'll be able to see your project. So as that's deploying, you can also check out our documentation here. You can add other projects. This is how you'll be able to report feedback during the beta. We will be checking all of these vigorously. So please, anything that breaks or anything that isn't working, add your feedback here. If you click on your projects, you'll see here you have different tabs. This is your deployment tabs. This is where you'll be able to see any logs or anything that's going wrong. If you head back to the project, you should see operations. This is where you'll be able to write your operations in GraphQL or TypeScript. We have an analytics dashboard. And then this is your main settings dashboard where you can, delete your project. You can connect your Git repository and also add your environment variables. So let's go check on our deployment. Still pending. Like I said, should take about 1 minute to 1 minute and 30 seconds. So relatively quick. I'll just put this on the main dashboard. And here, what I'm going to do is, since I forked this, I'm actually going to copy it over and I'm going to clone it. So before I start, I do just have an empty repository, WunderGraph Cloud, and I'm going to add it. Don't make fun of my setup. I'm only doing this for the demo. So you can see here, we have the Cloud Starter. Let me CD into it. Great. Okay, so now we have the Cloud Starter. Let me check back in our deployment, and it is now successful. Cool. So if you head over to here, it should open up, and you should see here that I have my Cloud Starter deployed on WunderGraph Cloud. Now let me kind of explain what's going on. The Cloud Starter guide, once you open it up, we should run npm install and npm start to get our project up and running locally. So here, you'll notice is this project, the Cloud Starter, all it is doing is a simple application that takes the SpaceX API, which is here, we introspected and we added it to our WunderGraph application. And then we have an operation called Dragons that kind of gets us the name of all the active Dragon spaceships from SpaceX. So the way we can demonstrate that is if I open up my terminal and I head over to my endpoint, oop, I lost my terminal, and I curl, I should be able to get operations and dragons because that's the name of my operation. So I should be able to get all the name of all the active SpaceX rocket ships out there. So curl, and I don't think that there's many. Yeah, there's only 2 right now, but just like that, you're able to do that. And that doesn't really show you kind of the power of WunderGraph. So I'm gonna go and do a little quick demo. So for here, all of your WunderGraph configuration should happen in your wundergraph.config file. This is where you can add data sources, databases, REST APIs, GraphQL APIs, Apollo Federation, all within this file. So for this demo, what I'm going to do is head over to Rick and Morty. If you're a fan of Rick and Morty, please let us know below. I love Rick and Morty, and I would like to know what you guys think about the current controversy that's happening of them getting rid of the voice actors. I haven't read much about it, so don't hold me to it. But here, so we have the Rick and Morty API. It is a GraphQL API, so I'm just going to grab that. Actually, I'm going to copy this because I'm lazy, and I'm going to add another data source to our WunderGraph application. Just like this, you can add as many data sources as you want, whether they're REST, GraphQL, different databases, whichever you want. Let's add that. We're going to call this one Rick and Morty. It is a GraphQL database, so we're just going to introspect it like this, Rick and Morty. And then let's grab this. Cool. So now we just added, actually, Rick and Morty. So now we just introspected and added the Rick and Morty API to our WunderGraph application. Now let's write an operation. So if you want, you can query the data onto a front end, but for us, we're just going to use curl. So head over to your operations folder, new file, and we're going to call this one characters. I think I spelled it wrong. Characters.graphql. Cool. So I'm lazy. I'm just going to copy this one over. Just a simple query. Characters, okay. Characters, and always remember that your APIs in WunderGraph are API namespace. So this one is going to be Rick and Morty underscore characters, and we want that we can get rid of this. So we want the info. And from the info, we want the count of all the characters in the Rick and Morty universe. Okay, let's add that. Let's just check on our deployment. We haven't added anything yet. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to push this up. Yes. Add Rick and Morty data source. Awesome. Let's merge that. So now you should see here that we're going to have another deployment triggered. And it should take about 20 seconds to add those new changes. If you check under operations, you should see that we only have the dragons one so far. But once we add in the Rick and Morty operation that we just wrote, it should pop up here. Let's check out here. This takes about, like I said, 20 seconds max, usually between 15 and 17. And of course, the time I say that it takes 20 seconds max, it takes a little bit longer. So 22 seconds. Awesome. Let's check out operations. And as you see, we have now our characters. Is that how you spell characters? This is tripping me out. Either way, let's try it out. So curl or terminal. And now let's head over to here to our endpoint, back term, and let's do curl. Let's curl that. Operations and characters. And we should be able to get the count of all the characters, 826 characters in the Rick and Morty universe. One sec, this is really tripping me out. Yeah, so that is not how you spell characters. There is an A. I am sorry about that. But yeah, so that's WunderGraph Cloud. We're super excited to be entering in beta. You can also write these operations in TypeScript. There's so many other things you can do. You can add authentication within 3 lines, all within your one TypeScript file of config. You can see here we got APIs. So many different things you can do. Here are the operations folders. This is how you expose them. And remember, these are all exposed as JSON RPC. You can also expose them as GraphQL or a REST endpoint. So once again, make sure you guys head over to our landing page to get 3 months free of WunderGraph Cloud Pro by joining the waitlist. And really excited for next week. Thanks again, guys. Bye.